who's ready for first day of 45 days of foundation? I'm so excited. This is brand new to me. It is the Smashbox Always On Skin Balancing Foundation plus hyaluronic acid and adaptogens. I ordered 2 different shades because I ordered the first shade from Macy's. I got L20N, and I felt like it would be a really good match for me, and it might, but I don't know, for some reason it looks a little dark to me, especially where it's wintertime and my self tan is not as strong as I like. Like I don't keep myself as self tan in the winter as I do in the summer. You know what I mean. Anyway, so I was on Ulta for the holidays event, and they had their Smashbox products 50% off. I got this foundation for $22.50. So I got the shade L10N, hoping that if I mix the two, I will have a perfect shade. We'll see. We'll get into all of that here in just a minute. But what I'll do is I will do one side of my face with a brush and one side of my face with a sponge. And while I'm applying it, I'll tell you all of the details about this foundation. But first thing I wanted to show you was that Macy's gave me a free gift. It's the Smashbox Studio Stash Matte Primer and Liquid Lipstick. So this is the Photo Finish Control Mattifying Primer with salicylic acid. It's ballsy of me to try a new primer with this new foundation, but I want to try it. So you would think that Smashbox products would go well together and work well together. So that's what we're going to try out today. Look how tiny. I mean, it's a free gift, don't get me wrong. I'm grateful, but super tiny. Liquid lipstick may be a little too dark for me, but what I've found is if you add a darker liquid lipstick and then a light lip gloss in the center, it can really make it look beautiful. So let me place that in there. What I always do is I apply my primer and let it sink in before going in with foundation. So this primer is like runny and yellow. Oh. Dries down quickly. You can feel it start to like really get silky almost, but yet has a little bit of tack to it. I don't know how I feel about this one, you guys, but we're gonna go for it. I'm gonna trust the process. We're gonna let that sink in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pump out the L20N and see if I think it's gonna be my shade or not. I've got my little mixing plate. Let's do 1 pump of L20N. And you get quite a bit in 1 pump. And it might work for me, but what I'm afraid is that it'll oxidize. So I'm going to open the other one, L10N. And let's look at them side by side. There's really not much difference in the bottle anyway. Not much difference at all. Let's do 1 pump of the L10N right beside of L20N. Okay, so yeah, when you pump it out, you can see the difference. And L20N is much more pink undertoned, and L10N is much more neutral. Tell me what you guys think. I'm glad I bought both, to be honest with you. And the fact that it was 50% off, I was like, gosh, if I would have just waited, I could have got both, but who would have known? So I'm hoping that 1 pump of each will be enough to do my full face. We will see about that. It should be. I'm going to do this side of my face with a brush. I'm just going to take the little spatula here, and we're going to start like at my jawline just to make sure the shade is right. I'm going to use my Rose and Ben brush. It's one of my newest foundation brushes. Let's go ahead and blend with this, and I will try to get close for you all to see. I think the shade is going to be really good. That was just a very small amount, but it seems to match my neck really good. So we're going to go with it. let me tell you about this foundation as I apply it to the rest of this side right here. Again, this is the Smashbox Always On Skin Balancing Foundation with hyaluronic acid and adaptogens. I have it in the shades L10N and L20N, and I've just mixed them together. There are 30 shades available. On Ulta's website, it claims to be an innovative, long-wearing, skin-balancing, oil control, and hydrating formula that supports skin instantly and over time. 16-hour wear. They also talk about this Balance Boost Complex that is going to provide instant and 24-hour hydration and oil control. Medium to full buildable coverage, natural finish, visibly even skin tone. Won't cake, flake, or streak for 16 hours. Water, sweat, humidity, crease, settle, and transfer resistant. Dermatologist tested, appropriate for all skin types, vegan and cruelty-free, and it does have a 4.4 star rating on Ulta's website. And again, I was able to get it on sale for $22.50. Regular price is $45. Okay, so let me just go ahead and tell you what I'm feeling so far. It is blending well. I don't feel like that primer is super mattifying at all, but we'll see how the complexion looks when I add powder and see how smooth it is. So far, I'm liking it. And the main thing I was curious about is the claims of being like the adaptogen. So it's going to perform based upon your skin's needs. And I feel like that's really like a very bold claim. I think that is pretty well blended. And then for sponge, I'm going to use the Stansout Sponge today. This is a new one and it will be featured in my haul, but I'm not sure. I might have thrown away the old one. Yeah, I think I threw it away, but you should have seen what it looked like compared to the new. It's crazy. All right, so let's do the same thing. I'm just going to kind of dot it all over, and I don't believe that's not going to be enough. Like, there's no way. Yeah, there's not enough product to do the rest of my face, so I'm going to have to do like a half a pump more of each. So I tried to do a half pump more of both, hoping that'll be plenty. And I do think it oxidizes a little bit. Let's blend with the Stansout Sponge. So some of my initial thoughts is that it feels really heavy on the skin, but it could have been the primer. And the neutral shades, they run really warm / yellow. Like, it's looking pretty Oompa Loompa right now, but once I do add everything else, it's not that bad. It's like a memory foam pillow almost, is what it feels like, a memory foam. But it makes your product look almost airbrushed once it dries down. Let me show you the last thing I do, which is take this little Rose and Ben concealer brush with whatever products left on here, which is not much, but you don't need a lot for this. Just take it and go right around your brows and make sure that you have foundation blended as close to your brows as possible. Now I'm going to take the Stansout Sponge and press in everywhere, but I want to give you one last look at the brush side. Get my hair on my face. This is the brush side, and to me, it looks more radiant. And this side is the sponge side, and it looks more airbrushed. And that is the effect of this Stansout Sponge, in my opinion. It could be that this foundation works best with sponges, but in my opinion, it is this. So let's put that theory to the test. I'm going to show you in real time how to get the more airbrush look. Pressing it in to my skin, and we'll see if I'm right or if it's just the difference between brush and sponge. All right, guys, so I don't know. I'm feeling like the brush side is more radiant for some reason. I don't know. What do you think? Interesting. All right, I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup, come back, and we will do our final thoughts of this first day of 45 days of foundation. I'm so excited. All right, guys, so my face is complete. I'm about to go to work. As you can see, I've put my scrubs on, but I just wanted to show you, again, this is the brush side, this is the sponge side. Now that everything is on, I don't see much of a difference. I just feel like it's pretty heavy. Like I can feel it on the skin. I don't really like that, but we'll see how it wears. I will be doing check-ins throughout the night, and I will list everything that I have on in the description box down below. I like it. I'm just not in love with it. And I just sprayed setting spray a minute ago, so I don't really want to touch it too much. I want to make sure it's dry. But like, I'm trying to look in the camera and show you guys what I'm talking about. But like around my nose, it feels really heavy in the crease. Like I can feel it. It's weird. So like around here, and it's making my lines look really heavy. I don't know. And it could be the primer. You know, it didn't knock my socks off either. So it could be a little bit of both. I don't really know. But we'll see how it wears. I'm not going to count it out just yet. But I wanted to hop on here and show you guys the finished look. And I will see you in just a few hours. More than likely, it'll be around midnight, which will be about 12 hours. Let's say it'll be 11 hours because I started at noon and didn't finish until about 1. So we'll go with 1. So I will see you in just a few hours. Hey guys, it is the 11-hour check-in. I just wanted to show you guys. I just came to the locker room to give you a good look at it. I will say it's not my favorite. I feel like it's super heavy and my oils are pretty well maintained, but the biggest pet peeve I have is how like cakey and dry it looks through here. I'm not a dry skin person at all, and it definitely looks super heavy on me. I don't know. I'm really not digging this foundation. I was hoping to love it more, but we will see how it goes. I can always try to mix it with other foundations and make it work a little bit better, but I came in here to get like the good fluorescent lighting. You can see it, my pores are pretty visible. I could probably use some blotting powder to help, but I'm afraid it would make it even more cakey. But I mean, I am surprised about the oil. Like it's really helping my oils, but at the same time it's making me look dry. All right, so hear me out. I know the lighting in here is not the best, but it is my lunch break. And guess what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be taking this foundation off and just putting a quick layer of my Double Wear, which is a tried and true foundation, because I'm trying to get this. Well, you all will have seen in the last bit of footage, but this is my 11-hour check-in. I just came into the bathroom. It is like Cake City. It is looking so heavy and feels so heavy. I do not like the way this foundation feels. We're not off to a very good start on the 45 days of foundation. Not at all. So I'm just like literally gonna wipe all this off. And we're gonna start again. So let me be right back once I have reapplied. I had to take that off. It was driving me crazy. It felt so heavy. Now don't get me wrong, I have on Double Wear now and it still feels kind of heavy, but nowhere near as heavy as that felt. And it could be the primer. I don't really know. So what I'll do is I will test that one out again here soon with some of the new products. So I will film my haul video, and then after I film my haul video, I'm going to do some testing new products, and I will throw that in again just to give it a second shot with a primer that I know works with some of my favorite formulas. So I'm super bummed that the first day didn't go so well, but hey, this is what this is all about. This is why I'm doing this for you guys. I want to help people, whoever's watching, I want to help you find good formulas. I don't want you to waste your money like I did. I'm not trying to be negative. It might be really good, so I guess stay tuned. Yes, I'm very sleepy. It's the end of my shift. See you in the next one.